So I decided to start something new that I'll be doing every month on my channel, which I am just going to title March Favorites. So these are a list of either favorite books I read, TV shows I watched, movies I went to see, makeup, books I bought, anything that I got in March or I interacted or had an experience with in March that I really loved. I would, put in this March favorite video, and I'm going to be doing so moving forward. What I do want to know though is that, do you really think that I should do a separate favorite video type thing, or should I just merge everything into my wrap up? Please note, of course, that my wrap ups are already as long as it is. Hello everybody, Nora back again. So I'll just go straight to my March favorites, starting with favorite books I read this month. And the first of which is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Now, this is a book that is all about a superstar named Evelyn Hugo. She was a hit, a star in the sense of the word, in the 50s and 60s, and has since retired. And now she's in her 80s. She's doing a fundraising for cancer research, where she's selling the gorgeous gowns she wore during the course of her career. And now Evelyn is very reclusive and so has not done any interview, but out of the blue she calls a magazine and tells them that she would like one of their newest and untested writers, Monique, to do the cover piece for her. And when Monique arrives, Evelyn then tells her entire life story, because newsflash, she does not want to do a cover piece. She wants to write an autobiography and she wants Monique to write it. Why is she doing so? We don't know yet, but we followed the story and life of this amazingly complex, beautiful woman. It's definitely one of the best books I read in March, and it's definitely going to be one of my favorite books of all time. Second favorite book I read in March is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. Now, this is the second book in the A Court of Thorns and Roses series, and although the first book did drag, this book more than made up for it. In this story, we follow Farah, this formerly human lead protagonist, who is now a fairy and is dealing with what that entails, dealing with both the PTSD of what happened in the previous book and coming to terms with her new abilities, and also what it means when it is that the person you're in love with is so terrified of losing you that it ends up stifling you, and also what it means to come into your own power and be your own person, finding a family and friends, people who see you for who you are and who accept you and who also want you to be the very best version of yourselves. I really love this book. I found the romance believable. I love the fact that it took a while for us to get into it, because this book is primarily about Farah's journey from being this weak person who believes that she has no powers, who basically has always had things happen to her, to this strong fae slash high lady that we meet at the end of the book. And seeing that journey happen on page is it's brilliant. I loved it. Definitely one of my favorite books of the month. My third favorite book of the month is Nevernight by J. Christoph. Now, in Nevernight, we follow the story of Mia Cover, who is the daughter of an assassinated Justicus, who was branded a traitor. And Mia is rightfully filled with rage and anger and wants to get vengeance on the people that ruined her entire family. And she decides to join this elite school of assassins called the Red Church. And that is just basically it. This book is all about her growing stronger, becoming more powerful, and we know at the beginning of the story that this is going to be one of the most feared assassins that even killers themselves would fear. But at the beginning of this book, she's just a 16-17-year-old girl who is slowly learning these skills, and following that story, following that trajectory, knowing that she's just going to get deadlier and deadlier in the next set of books just makes me so happy, and I really enjoyed it. It definitely made it to my top books of the year and definitely a favorite of the month as well. Now let's talk favorite makeup, and that has to be the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink Lip Stain. I got this 3 at the beginning of the month. I wish I'd gotten more because I really love it. I am currently using the color 35. That is the Creator on my lips. It's really pretty, isn't it? Yes, so I'm currently using the Creator. I got this because I am a very messy person. Like, I'm a messy eater, I'm a messy drinker, I'm a messy kisser. And usually that means is that I always have like lipstick stains on my teeth. I have to touch up my lipstick like 2 to 3 times during the course of the day for it to stay on. But the Maybelline Super Stay just stays on like one application. It lasts all day long. I have had this on. I know that now that I've put it on this morning, it's going to stay till the end of the day, and I'm not going to come off until I remove it with like my makeup remover. And I really, really love it because, like I said, I tend to eat messy, and like in a couple of hours usually my lipstick is all gone. But with this, it has stayed for so long. I love the colors, they pop. I'm just looking for like the rest. I want to buy like the entire collection because I actually really, really love. I have a weakness for lipsticks. Even though I don't have that many, but I have a weakness for lipsticks, and I want more of this range in different colors. But this is definitely a favorite of the month for me. And now let's talk TV shows. Now one of my favorite TV episodes this month has to be The Magician season 4 episode 10, All That Add Glossy Armor. And it's to be expected because it is in this episode that Margot shines, and Margot is just beautiful and amazing. She is a fucking king, like not a queen, and you will understand when you watch the episode. Well, Margot is a fucking king. In this episode, we see our vulnerability, we see our fears, we see our doubts, we delve deep into what makes Margot Margot, you know, from the young girl who was always so curious and inquisitive and whose father praised her and appreciated that trait in her, to the young woman who grew up to not need anyone, who grew up to be self-sufficient, and whose father resented her for that because she no longer needed him. She could stand on her own. And then we just seeing that journey and seeing how far she's come and seeing who she still is and seeing how every day is a constant battle to not let all that pain and rage, all that pain and anger and doubts and insecurities in, to seeing how she's constantly wrapped in anger and rage and how that rage has solidified into the armor she wraps around herself. Watching that in that episode just made me so happy. Plus, season 4 episode 10 is also a musical episode, and I love the way the Magicians do their musical episodes. They always blow me out of the water every single time, and this episode was no exception. Now, if it is that you have not been watching The Magicians or you do not know what The Magicians is about, is this show that is based off of The Magicians, a trilogy by Lev Grossman, where you have these adults go into a magic school. Unlike Hogwarts, where you know it seems more YA, The Magicians is definitely adult because it's like, think of it like a master's program. So they are adults, but at the same time they still make mistakes and they're still coming to terms with who they are and also dealing with their abilities and what it means to have magic. Because every single time they think they've been able to fix something with magic, it goes and blows up in their faces, and they realize that magic is not really a solution. It just sometimes makes things worse and it sometimes makes things better. Magic itself is not inherently evil. It's the people that make their decisions and the decisions that they take that determine that. So yes, I really loved season 4 episode 10 of The Magicians. If you've not been watching the show, please check it out. I love it. It's definitely one of my favorite series. If you've been watching it but you haven't watched season 4 episode 10, please check it out. You would love it. And if you've watched it, please let me know down in the comments below how much you loved it, because I really love that show. Another episode that I really enjoyed this month has to be RuPaul's Drag Race season 1 episode 4. Now I do watch RuPaul's Drag Race, but I have not been watching it in order. Like, I watched this season and then I jumped to watch another season, and when I found out that all the seasons are on Netflix, yes, all the seasons of RuPaul's Drag Race are on Netflix. Bless. Can I get a amen in the house, somebody? So I started RuPaul's Drag Race from the very beginning all over again. I have finished season 1, but season 1 episode 4 was a favorite for me in this month because it was the Viva Glam challenge, and it was in this episode that Ongina did come out publicly to talk about her HIV status. And you know, it was just watching her break down on stage and cry and talk about, you know, what it means to celebrate life, how even with your status you should still learn to be grateful for life, and you should still learn to live your life to the fullest. Don't let that dull, the shine and the beauty of the life you have to live. I love the message of that episode. I love the vulnerability. I really, really love. I cried. I was crying along with her. I felt how real that moment was, and it was just heartbreaking, and I really enjoyed it. I also enjoyed the reunion episode because Chanel came for Santino and came for the judges, and I love Chanel. I love the fact that this is a drag queen who, is confident in herself, who knows exactly what her worth is, who knows that she's beautiful and she's a performer and she's fucking fantastic and brilliant. And like, she was just like, nah fam, you made me feel like shit, and that is not right. That is no way right. I know my worth. I know who I am. And I love how that segued into RuPaul telling all the drag queens that, and not just the drag queens, but also ourselves, that we should learn to accept who we are. We should learn to love ourselves. So even if it is that somebody's saying bullshit and crap, you can be like, you know what, that is your opinion. This is my opinion. I know who I am. I know I am gorgeous. I know I'm fabulous. I know I'm smart. I know I'm brilliant. I know I'm talented. Like, I just loved that affirmation. It just made me so happy. That episode, season 1 episode 4 and season 1 episode 9, my favorite episodes of the season, and definitely 2 episodes that I really loved and I really enjoyed and I really learned in love from this month. I want to talk about movies now. I had the opportunity to watch a couple of movies in the month of March. My favorite, and nobody should be surprised about this, has to be Captain Marvel. Now, I love Captain Marvel. I love the comics. I do know that she does not really have that much of an intriguing arc in the comics, but I really did enjoy the movie. I enjoyed the themes and the messages it had to say, all about never giving up, always pushing forward, always ensuring that no matter what happens, you get up and keep trying. I also love the fact that it's also a commentary on how women for so long have been told that our emotions are a weakness. We've been told to suppress them. If a woman is trying to make a point and she's naturally agitated, the next thing, they tell her is that, oh, you're being hysterical, or you're just being a woman, or you're acting crazy. And I love the fact that this book was all about our emotions are a central part of us. Our emotions are in itself our power, and the patriarchy will always try its best to try to suppress it, because they know that women who are angry are women who can change the world. They know that women who are dissatisfied are women who will go out and try to make a better world for themselves. They know that women who are hungry, who want more out of life, would always demand more. And so the whole point is always to try to suppress those emotions, to help us to feel that those emotions are not needed, are not necessary, to help us feel that those emotions are a weakness. And when that happens, then this is the patriarchy then purchase and all of that, and they take a bit from us when we suppress our emotions. And I love the fact that Captain Marvel was all about saying no to that. Captain Marvel was all about pushing forward and ensuring that nobody has the right to tell you that this central, crucial part of you is wrong. I also love the bonding, between Maria and Carol Danvers. I love the way their bond grew. I love the strength of that friendship. I know, of course, that Maria's daughter in the comics was the original Captain Marvel, before they retconned it and Carol Danvers became Captain Marvel. But I really did enjoy it, and I did enjoy the fact that the villains we thought were the villains in the book, in the movie, were not actually the real villains. If you've not seen Captain Marvel, please go and check it out. Let me know what you think. If you have seen it, please let me know what you think. March is also the month that I got all 7 books of the Harry Potter series. Now, I have read the Harry Potter series, of course. I've read it numerous times, but I have not had a physical copy in years. It's been a little over a decade, and I did used to have the original UK paperback, because that was what my dad bought me, but I did lend those to friends in school and they never returned it back, unfortunately. So when I saw this at the bookstore, I had to have it, because these are the new UK paperback, which is the Bloomsbury edition, and I really love them. I am looking forward to rereading Harry Potter. I'm starting it in April. And so you have Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I love the cover, the front cover, and I also love the art they do at the back, because this is consistent. So you have Edric with the acceptance letter, and you have Harry and Ron and Hermione and Hagrid. You have Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. You have Harry, you have the Basilisk is holding the sword of Godric Gryffindor, and you have Dobby the elf at the back. Then there's Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. You have Harry, you have the Patronus, and you have the Death Eaters. And then at the back you have the Night Boss, which I really love. And then there's Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Oh god damn, I can't remember the name of the dragon. Fuck, what's the name of the dragon? Shit. I can't remember the name of the dragon. Oh my god. I was just when I read it, I'll be like, damn it, no, how could you have forgotten? But anyway, you have Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, and you have Harry, Ron, and Hermione at the back. Next, you have Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, which this book is massive. You have Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, and of course, you have Snape at the back. Damn, his face though, it looks so grumpy. And then you have Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, you know. Oh my god, you have, oh, this is so cute. You have Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, it's Harry and his Dumbledore, and at the back you have Lucius Malfoy, love of my life. And then you have Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. You have Harry Potter and Voldemort, and at the back it's Hagrid on his motorcycle with Harry in the passenger side. So yes, all 7 books. The covers all look beautiful. I cannot wait to reread the entire series all over again. So yes, those are my March favorites. If you like this video, please do not forget to give it a thumbs up. If you think I should merge it with my wrap-up, please let me know down in the comment below. If not, just let me know down in the comment below. If you like this video, please do not forget to give it a thumbs up. If you check out my other videos, subscribe if you want to. I make new videos every Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I will see you soon. Until then, stay passionate, love books, love yourself. Bye.